In the endeavors to find alien life past Earth, humankind has distinguished an Earth-like planet in a close-by nearby planet group that is fit for supporting life. Perception and correspondence labs are set up in Hawaii, where that's what a big satellite circles Earth like clockwork can enhance the station's signs and send it towards the faraway planet. The world looks as people start the most important phase in connecting towards our solar system. Also, the satellite flames the sign into the unexplored world. Alex Hopper is a U.S. Navy Force weapons official, and his sweetheart Samantha requests that he addresses her dad about their relationship. It ought to be a simple errand. Aside from her dad Terrence, is the Admiral of the U.S. Naval Force, and the person who showed Batman ninjutsu. What's more, Alex figures out how to be late for their most memorable gathering in the initial service of the maritime activity, and has a less than heavenly impression. It just so happens. The man has a steady propensity for being disorderly, and the Admiral is incredibly discontent with his exhibition, taking steps to end his situation. Simultaneously, Samantha is given a client whose name is Mick, and he used to be a colonel in the U.S. military, yet lost both of his legs during battle. The man is very discouraged for not having the option to proceed as a warrior any longer. However, Samantha attempts to give him an alternate viewpoint. She advises him to go climbing with her on the island where the observatory is found, and attempts to advise him that he's no lesser than the man he was previously. In the interim, an enormous space rock is going towards Earth, and parts into 5 pieces in the wake of going through Jupiter. The Division of Extraterrestrial Contact sees the approaching items, and they understand that the space rock showing gives off an impression of being a development, proposing insight. He cautions the observatory in Hawaii and lets the researchers know there that the items are traveling their direction. One of the approaching spaceships collide with a satellite and steers off into an alternate way while the rest continues to fly towards the Pacific Sea. Samantha sees 4 articles overhead, and they collide with the sea close by, making tremendous waves in the ocean. The single spaceship flies towards Hong Kong, and collides with the populous place, where individuals alarm as the structure is overturned on top of them. In the wake of committing huge harm to the populace, the Chinese contest. The article, however, finds that the materials don't exist on the occasional table. From the way that the spaceship looks, they believe that it's a specialized gadget that has crash-arrived into Hong Kong. On the opposite side, the Admiral gets the alerts from Pearl Harbors about the unfamiliar elements close by, yet when he investigates the radar, nothing gives off an impression of being available. He arranges 3 warships, which incorporates Alex and his sibling Stone, to leave development. Furthermore, move toward the alleged area. They send a group towards the alien items to explore, and Alex chooses to board the boat in the wake of bombing any significant contact. He contacts the external mass of the machine, however gets tossed back by a shock that sends him flying into the water. The group helps their companion, yet sees that giant laser radiates are shot towards the sky, making what is all the earmarks of being a safeguard around the whole region. The Admiral sees this and attempts to contact the groups inside, yet tracks down that their correspondence gadgets are stuck. A warrior fly attempts to go through the power field, however detonates as it connects with the safeguard, really impeding the whole naval force outside the range. Giant warships start showing up out from submerged. As the naval force gazes in dismay, Stone Hopper in charge of the Samson chooses to give the boats an admonition by sounding a horn, yet the aliens answers by making a massive sonic shockwave that breaks the glass and shocks everybody. Stone signs for John Paul Jones to fire an advance notice rocket at one of the aliens, which misses the boat. However, this prompts the rival to fight back with shots of their own. The boat attempts to obliterate the approaching rockets, yet neglects to separate one of them, which lands ready and detonates, killing the chief. All the while, seeing their boats being gone after, Alex chooses to fire at the alien too, yet their assaults are pointless against the adversary. Stone orders the Samson to fire, yet their rocket systems can't lock on after the shockwave. What's more, their directed shots are not successful against the spacecraft. The adversary fights back by shooting various explosives at the boat as the Samson attempts their best to divert them. Yet one figures out how to traverse and impair their enemy of rocket systems. The aliens proceed to fire and terrains various hit on the battleship, which results in a colossal blast that kills everybody on board, including Stone. As his sibling observes tragically, Alex requests to return to the John Paul Jones, yet after returning, understands that all the senior officials are dead, passing on him to be the individual in control. After seeing his sibling die on account of the aliens, he arranges the ship to connect with and assault. The Japanese warship Miyoko, instructed by Captain Nagata, attempts to reinforcement Alex by terminating at the foe too, yet the aliens shoot back with various projectiles and debilitates the ship with a huge blast. In spite of the unthinkable chances, Alex orders their ship to head towards the aliens and plans to slam into them to vindicate his sibling. The group lets their captain know that it's self-destruction and that they ought to save individuals on Miyoko, which is sinking quickly. After Walter persistently helps Alex to remember the withering mariners, Alex snaps out of his retribution and orders them to save Captain Nagata and the suffocating mariners. Shockingly, The aliens have likewise stopped fire subsequent to seeing the battleship retreat to the other direction. Notwithstanding, the giant structure in the sea starts gathering various destroying machines, furthermore, fires them towards the harbor as another vessel leaves the region too. Two of the shredders head towards the military base, and continues to unleash devastation on the weapons on board, obliterating everything in sight. The other machine shows up at the populous community and brings down the whole interstate system by falling the extensions. Alex shows up at Miyoko and attempts to save however many individuals as would be prudent, yet is stunned by the bedlam of the circumstance as Nagata yells at him angrily for going after thoughtlessly. Simultaneously, Samantha sees the alien vessel showing up at the island and landing inside the observatory, intending to assume control over the spot. The police sees the two and cautions them to get off the island, as they are on the edges of the battlefield. Rather than withdrawing, Mick chooses to truly head towards the aliens and sort out what's occurring. Regardless of Samantha's descent, on the opposite side, the team of the John Paul Jones figured out how to catch an alien that was suffocating inside the sea. They continue to remove the creature's helmet, and is shocked to intently see a humanoid that looks like individuals on the planet. Unexpectedly, the alien leaps up and gets Alex, making a clairvoyant connection with him that shows the civilization's past history of going after different planets. A blast happens on the external walls that thumps everybody onto the floor, and various different aliens show up to protect their friends while individuals are paralyzed. They notice that one more alien remained behind to undermine their weapon systems. Furthermore, Alex surges down into the ship to kill the danger with his partners. Walter sees the alien breaking the entryway and going into the room. The creature starts filtering the weapon systems, and the man attempts to stop him, yet gets tossed away. Alex shows up and has a go at taking shots at the alien, yet the protective layer delivers the weapons pointless. Furthermore, the group is crushed by the creature as he thumps them to the floor individually. He thinks of an arrangement and advises Cora to race to the weapon controls, while he snares the alien to pursue him outside. The creature keeps on going after Alex, and right when he's going to finish off Alex, Cora moves the gun behind the alien and discharges, transforming him into pieces. In the interim, Mick and Samantha shows up nearer to the observatory and tracks down the police. The group they saw before are annihilated. They attempt to search for survivors, yet sees that the aliens are close by and runs for cover. The two are almost spotted, however figure out how to keep away from recognition. At the point when the adversaries leave, Samantha attempts to approach the radio for help, yet understands that their signs are stuck. A scientist from the observatory runs towards them and lets them know that the office is taken. Clearly, the aliens are attempting to utilize the human satellite system to restore interchanges with their home planet, as their correspondence vessels are obliterated. On the off chance that the aliens figure out how to lay out contact, people can be taking a gander at a termination level. Occasion, simultaneously, one of the groups of the John Paul Jones finds that the aliens' helmets are intentionally made to hose the daylight. He advises Alex that the species are probably going to be like lizards and that they can't see well in splendid lights, yet the captain neglects to perceive how this can assist them with winning the war. The team of the battleship attempts to sort out how they can kill the aliens with their radars breaking down, making them blind except if they have direct clear line of sight contact. Captain Nagata proposed that they utilize the weather conditions floats around the sea as indicators, by estimating strangely high water removals that connotes the spaceship's area. Alex is intrigued by the captain's strategies, and advises the man to assume control over the ship as he obviously knows precisely very thing he's doing. In the meantime, the scientist clarifies for the gathering that the aliens are hanging tight for the satellite to line up with the island to convey a message back to their planet. Samantha recommends that they reach her life partner, as he can utilize the battleship to obliterate the whole facility. The scientist believes that this is conceivable notwithstanding the sign jam, as he has a gadget at the observatory that can momentarily sidestep the EMP. The man sneaks within his laboratory and figures out how to snatch the specialized gadget. However, is figured out by one of the aliens who checks out at him in interest. Shockingly, the creature doesn't go after the man, and on second thought permits him to leave. The scientist runs back to Samantha and they figure out how to lay out a sign to the John Paul Jones. Samantha lets Alex know that they need to annihilate the observatory before the aliens can send back a sign, and they just a brief time before the satellite lines up with the island. Alex tells his life partner to get away from the office, yet their signs are cut previously he can complete the sentence. The team starts seeing unusual water removals on the floats, and Alex advises Cora to get on the weapons. They foresee the example of the aliens' development and dispatches 2 rockets at the adversary. However, their assaults miss the objective and uncover their area simultaneously. The alien starts heading towards the battleship, and they fire the rockets once more, yet again just to miss the objective. Out of nowhere, another adversary shows up nearby and starts charging at the group too. The two flames various explosives at the people, and individuals scarcely get away from the assaults. As the bombs detonate on top of their ship, the aliens keep on moving nearer, as Captain Nagata locks onto the 2 of them and fires. This time the rockets are close enough where it strikes the foes simultaneously. causing immense blasts that thumps the two of them into the waters. Notwithstanding, their celebrations are fleeting as a third foe shows up on the map. Yet entirely this time the alien moves inconsistently, making it difficult to hit them with the rockets. Alex concocts a really considering plotting and brings the warship towards the islands, yet additionally seriously endangering everybody as the stones take steps to sink their boat. Nagata and Alex sets up their expert sharpshooter rifles as they trust that the adversary will show up in front of the rising run. The giant spaceship shows up confronting the John Paul Jones, and starts getting ready to fire their weapons. Both of them take shots at the adversary's windshield and breaks the glass, permitting daylight to enter and dazzle the aliens. The battleship fires all that they have at the foe, causing a huge blast that obliterates the ship as it sinks into the water. The group celebrates in their triumph, however Alex acknowledges something drawing nearer as he sees the giant shredders traveling their direction. He advises individuals to run, yet it's past the point of no return as the machines obliterate the battleship, sending the vast majority of the teams into the water. Alex runs with Nagata as the battleship sinks into the sea. They leap off the stage as of now before the ship is pulverized. The vast majority of the group endure the assault, yet they feel powerless as they have no alternate ways to prevent their adversaries from conveying the message. Alex deviates, and accepts that they actually get an opportunity as they can utilize the decommissioned ship USS Missouri that is being utilized as a gallery. They show up at the huge ship, yet Walter thinks about how they'll have an adequate number of individuals to work the machines, also that all that inside is simple, and they have no experience utilizing it. Nonetheless, they see the retired Navy veteran strolling towards them, and is more than blissful to offer their help with saving mankind from complete annihilation. They make a couple of changes and can cruise the battleship into the sea, towards the focal point of the power field, wanting to annihilate it for the last time. They show up at the giant machine, however are amazed to see that it's fit for moving. The article changes into one more spaceship with various weapons and rocket launchers, planning to assault. Alex advises Cora to point the firearms towards the side of the boat as they charge nearer towards the aliens. He then orders the Missouri to go to the side as the adversary gets ready to fire. The aliens focus on the group and focus on their area, shooting a torrent of projectiles. Unexpectedly, Alex hollers to toss the anchors, and the gigantic weight lands into the sea, halting the ship and floating its body towards the aliens and evading the projectiles that were terminated towards them. The battleship focuses towards the foes and starts terminating all that they have, landing various hits on the aliens as they obliterate the giant machines making the lasers. The whole safeguard falls around the region, and the Admiral orders the contender jets to go after the aliens immediately. Simultaneously, the foe starting up the signs in the observatory as the satellite draws nearer towards lining up with the island. The battleship fires their last round at the correspondence's facility, as the aliens on the sea attempts to stop the people by sending the shredders towards them. The assault figures out how to hit and obliterates the whole spot before the satellite can be adjusted. Furthermore, kills every one of the aliens in the blasts. Before the shredders can connect with the Missouri, they are annihilated by the Warrior jets from the Navy, which saves everybody from being killed. Individuals cheer as they understand that humankind has at last won against the invaders. After the occasion, a service is held to respect every one of the people who die, including Stone, the sibling of Alex Hopper. They additionally commend the fearless fighters who battled against the invading forces, including Nick, who upheld the Navy by giving indispensable intel. In particular, Alex gets the acknowledgement from the Admiral, who advances him into telling his own ship in the future. Alex celebrates with Samantha as they share a long-merited kiss, yet she reminds him about the discussion with her dad. Alex strolls towards the man anxiously and requests that consent date his girl. However, the Admiral invites him energetically and lets him know that he had some awareness of this quite a while in the past. He glances back at Samantha in joy as the young lady offer him a go-ahead, complimenting their prosperity. Be that as it may, someplace far away from the military base, a family finds an odd alien item on their homestead. They are stunned to find an alien inside. It isn't over to show that the intrusion. The end. If you like this story, please subscribe to the channel and like it to motivate me to bring you more stories like this.